What's up, everybody? I do not know it in the chat. Gonna have somebody to put my thumbnail up and all that, so I'll be there in a thumbnail. Found it. Alright, so we're still pretty early in this. Still got a lot of work to do on it to get it to where I want it to be. Eventually I'm going to use something else other than the game for a background. But yes, welcome to the show. I'll be in the chat in a minute. Everybody to join. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so let's get the song of the day started. I just heard this song for the first time the other day, so let's get that going. Alright, so once again, everybody, welcome to the NoLove Podcast, Episode 3, where we're going to cover games, music, movies, trending, everything. Hope you all had a great week. You know, my week went by pretty good. Work wasn't too bad. Shout out to this group, Coast Contra. Alright, so we're going to have a few guests in here today. I'm expecting Cool Guy, one of our homies, to be in here to talk about sports. I'm going to get talking about sports before everybody else joins in, get everybody else a chance. Alright, that's good enough. It is almost 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when I normally like to start the podcast. So I'm a bit early because I like to set up the process and to get a quick little song in there. So let's go. I'm going to start off with sports. Hopefully Cool Guy will join us. As a matter of fact, hopefully you guys don't mind the blue screen. I'm going to send a message to the group. Where is that? Alright, let's go. So, as I said, I want to start off with sports. I want to make my predictions for today. So, let's get started. I'm sure we got something in the NBA, playoff time. Oh, we got one game that's already going on, so I can't make a prediction for that. Right now, Milwaukee is leading Boston 92-88. But it's still plenty of time, and that could go either way. Alright, Memphis and Golden State later. That series is tied at 1. Man, I honestly don't think Memphis has an answer for all of Golden State's weapons, so I don't think Memphis wins another game. I say Golden State finishes them off 4-1. Obviously, they're gonna win tonight. and I say they win by at least 10. Alright, moving on to what I really wanted to get into was the UFC fights tonight, and I think there's some boxing too. But let me take a quick look at the card for UFC so I can make my predictions. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock on the dot. I'm sure there's probably some fights getting ready to start. Alright, I'm not gonna make predictions on all the fights. I'm just gonna make predictions on the main card. So, first fight on the main card, we got Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. That is a battle of two old school heads going at it. Looks like the odds have Cerrone favored, but I say Joe Lauzon wins this. And it's definitely going to end about the second round, I think. So I'll take Joe Lauzon in the second round. Alright, next match after that, we got Mauricio Shogun Hua versus Ovince St. Preux. I got St. Preux winning that. Where did the rest of the card go? This thing. Alright. Yeah, I got St. Preux winning that by submission. This thing keeps acting up. Alright, I can't even look at the... Yo, what's up, Heckler? You joining, man? Waiting on you and everybody else to get in here. I'm gonna have to pull up the fights on this thing. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, what's up, Cool? Can you hear me? Oh, man. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. It's... Yeah. Well, I don't know, because I don't got the volume up on the stream. I don't know who's in the stream. Yeah, Heckler. Yeah, Heckler said he can't hear you. Chance to...
Can you hear me now? Wait a minute. You hear me now? Yeah. Alright, I can hear my voice on the stream.
Alright, so you good to go. Yeah, but if you're doing a family thing, it's alright, man. It's, you know. I can hear my voice on the stream.
No, I got a... Man, I promise you a podcast. I promise to jump on here. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna keep my word. I ain't gonna go back on my word. Yeah.
Alright. Damn, everything is moving slow. I can't even see the rest of these fights I was trying to make predictions on. Yeah.
The UFC fights tonight?
They start... Well, it's starting pretty soon, but the main card is at 10. So I'm trying to give everybody a quick rundown. Alright, so... every time I try to look at these fights, the thing disappears. And then I can't even pull it up on the laptop because that's acting up. Alright, fine. Let's just skip to the main event. Oliveira versus Gaethje. That was supposed to be for the title, but they stripped Oliveira because he didn't make weight.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, which is crazy because if Gaethje wins, he wins the title. But if he loses, then nobody has a title. It's just vacant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's not the first time somebody had to cancel a fight because or get a replacement because somebody didn't make weight. And, you know they have to make weight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a
For
while.
fight, they know they have to make weight.
Oh yeah, Heckler. We waiting on you too, Heckler. So.
Oh, Heckler joining?
Yeah, he's been on a couple of times. All right, okay. Let me talk about the other two fights real quick. Then we'll get into the football stuff. All right.
All right.
So we got Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. That's one of the fights I've been waiting on. Tony Ferguson. Yeah,
I got Tony Ferguson. Yeah.
He's a huge underdog for it though, like a huge underdog. But I think he might be washed up. At the same time, I'm leaning on Ferguson, but he might be washed up.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Ferguson. Yeah. You can say he washed up, but he found a way to win. So you can't sleep on Tony Ferguson now.
Yeah, I can't sleep on him. So
yeah, you can't sleep on Ferguson.
If anything, I say maybe he catches him in a submission or something. Maybe. Then
or probably decision. Anything can happen.
I don't think it'll go to a decision just because Chandler is just like real aggressive and he's just going to push the pace into a way, where it's going to be forced to stop either way. All right. So women's championship, what's that? The strawweight title fight. Rose Namajunas against Carla Esperanza. I
believe that's who it,
Yeah, I gotta take Rose. They call her Thug Rose. I'm going for Rose.
Yeah, Rose. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, so with that said, I got my predictions for basketball and MMA out of the way as far as what's coming on today. Okay, Heckler. So then, cool. I know you probably don't got much time, but I'm gonna pass it to you. We've been waiting to hear this talk about the NFL, especially the draft, and your thoughts. I'm gonna give the floor to you.
Okay, Kenny Pickett. So Kenny Pickett. We were supposed to draft Malik Willis, but I guess they wanted a more ready, more prepared quarterback than Kenny Pickett, and I'm totally okay with the Kenny Pickett pick, because if you look at it, Kenny Pickett he's more NFL ready, and people compare him to Derek Carr, and they compare him to other quarterbacks, but I believe he's going to be his own quarterback. I believe he's going to be his own person. People going into the draft, they talk about his small hands. They said Joe Burrow has small hands. That doesn't concern me, because if the man can play, he can play. And I believe Kenny Pickett is a diamond in the dirt. And people who say he's not a good quarterback, you say this draft this year wasn't as talented of a quarterback class as the draft class last year. But they say that about all drafts. Like, look at the Patrick Mahomes draft and the Deshaun Watson draft. They said those quarterbacks wasn't good. Now you got Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. You got Deshaun Watson, who was recently signed by the Cleveland Browns. And you have Pittsburgh. I forgot. We picked up Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky went, I think, first overall back in 2017. I believe that's when 2017. That's when he was drafted. Mitch Trubisky was in that same draft, and he went higher than Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. But he spent 4 seasons in Chicago. He would say he was the bust. Now he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but last year he played a backup with Josh Allen in Buffalo, and they said he played better as a backup in Buffalo with the offensive coordinator, who's now the New York Giants head coach. So a lot going into this season. We got Kenny Pickett. We got controversial So we have a quarterback competition.
Yeah.
We would have had full quarterback comp. It would have had what's his name? Oh man, I forgot his name. Oh, Dwayne Haskins. You know, Dwayne Haskins recently passed. We was gonna have a quarterback battle.
Yeah, rest in peace to him, man. Sad story.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because the community in Pittsburgh, they love him, and he did everything. I heard he did everything he can to, you know, try to fit into the whole Pittsburgh culture, how the way we do things, you know, how the way the culture is, and
that's what it's about sometimes.
Give me a second. I'm sorry, you. Give me a second. Somebody just called my name. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
All right. So, yeah, just talking about Cool was saying there is so I go to Cool for when it comes to like stuff like that with drafts and things like that, because I don't really have the time on my hand to follow college sports, so I don't know who the better players are that's coming out from college and into the pro leagues like NFL or NBA or anything. But from my experience and what I see, you know, some players will come over and shock you. They transition differently to the pros, you know. It's been like that for years. And really, it's all about the system that they're involved in, especially with football. Some quarterbacks need the right system for them, the right coaching and everything like that. Other quarterbacks can play anywhere and still do well. But with some, just depends on where he lands. And the same goes for NBA with some players too. I mean, look at Russell Westbrook. But yeah, so our team, obviously, me and Cool, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Our second pick, you know, I heard that he was supposed to be one of the top players out there, but the fact that he had an ACL injury that he's recovered from, and we picked him, not a big fan of picking somebody that has had a serious injury like that, because now what if he ends up being injury prone? You know what I'm saying? Now we done wasted a second pick on somebody when we could have got somebody else. But who knows? I'm hopeful for the Steelers. Go Steelers. And unfortunately my Bulls out of the playoffs, obviously. But anyway, still go Bulls. Now, if I got a pick, at this point, I think it's going to be Golden State versus Miami. So I'm on record, Golden State versus Miami. And that's going to be a tough battle. And I honestly can't, I mean, I think Golden State would win that, but I think it's going to be a tough one. You got Miami's defense, you know, but you got Golden State's offense, but Miami's got good offense too. I don't know, man. It's going to be good if it goes that route. Alright. Hold on a second. I got to send another message to see if we can get Amanda. Alright, back to it. Oh yes, we have a boxing match tonight. I believe it's Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol or something like that. And I've never even seen this dude Bivol fight before, but I like to go for upsets, so I'm gonna say something crazy happens and Bivol gets like some kind of crazy knockout in the middle of the round somewhere. I know, it's a long shot. Canelo's supposed to be the the best thing going right now. But that's what I'm picking. Is there anything else in sports that I'm missing? Let's see. Is there anything else in sports that I'm missing? Alright, tomorrow's games is Phoenix versus Dallas, Miami versus Philadelphia. Let's see, Phoenix is leading 2-1. I think, man, I don't think Dallas really has what it takes right now. I mean, obviously they won one game, but I think Phoenix wins tomorrow night. Miami versus Philly is 2-1, but I think this is going to be a tougher series. I think Miami wins the series, but I think Philly wins tomorrow night. And unless Cool comes back, that's it for sports for now. So, what are we going to go on to next? The week in gaming. For anybody watching the stream, feel free to chat, tell me how your week in gaming was or anything that you want to talk about. But I'm going to go over my week in gaming. So, obviously, did a couple of wrestling shows, made some new characters, some good stuff, ended up making some bets on some matches, lost a few, and ended up having to take shots yesterday for the Friday the 13th event. So last night, I gotta admit, I know myself and Heckler, and I'm sure at least Ghost, and who knows who else, kind of trashed. There was a lot of Jason kills and stuff going on. We definitely drunk a lot. So much so that I need to get another bottle because I think I got like one drop left, probably a couple of drops left in here. So, just for the hell of it, I do this for every podcast at some point. I'm going to take a shot to you, the viewers, and for the crew. Alright. So, I haven't gone back to see how many kills we got last night, but I'm sure we either broke a record or got close to breaking a record. It was insane. Who knows? Oh, before I forget, what am I talking about? I gotta give a big, huge birthday shout out to the one and only Mystic Dani. Okay? She is the first female of the crew. She is one of the originals of the crew. Going back to like, 2017, I believe. And I'm gonna find her link real quick and put it in chat. She doesn't stream too much on YouTube anymore. She's on Twitch. So I can't remember if I changed her Twitch thing, but I'm gonna find her. She might be streaming right now, as a matter of fact. Is she? No, she's offline right now, but just for you guys and for her, I'm gonna put her link in the chat. So you guys definitely make sure to check out her channel. Tell her what's up. Tell her NoLove sent you. That is my sister from another mister. First lady of the crew, Mystic Dani. She plays all kinds of things. I like to call her the queen of Dead by Daylight because that's one of her favorite games. Definitely check her out. Happy birthday to Mystic Dani. Now, moving on into gaming, I believe next week is when Evil Dead comes out. And we talked about that a little bit for a quick second last night. I know some people that are going to pre-order it. I'm thinking about it. I can't say I'm 100% completely sold on it, but I'm very close, you know? I kind of want to see just a little bit more gameplay, which I'll probably watch some more of that later, so I could really make up my mind. But, yeah. if I do get that, you guys can expect to see the first stream sometime next week. When is the official date? Oh man. The official date is probably on Thursday. Let me see here. Let me look it up real quick. Evil Dead. When is it coming out? When is it coming out? Evil Dead. Okay, May 13th. Yeah. Is that Friday? Oh snap. So next week is Friday the 13th and it's coming out on Friday the 13th. How about that? That was a nice setup there. Alright, cool. So if I do get that, wouldn't be playing it on the 13th, but maybe on the 14th, might get into it before the podcast.
Sorry about that, UG.
Huh?
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's alright.
Alright. Alright.
Yeah. So, I was talking a little bit more about sports and got into gaming while I was waiting for you to come back. Yeah, so I was basically saying, as far as, like, because I was telling them, like, I don't follow the college sports too much. So with stuff like that, I'll go to people like you or somebody else that might know more about these college players. Because I don't follow them too much. I might hear something about them. I might see an article, see like a quick clip, but I don't know that. I don't know them too well.
So okay, Kenny Pickett. So I followed his college career. He started off as a backup. He wasn't a very good, like I said again, the draft class this year wasn't a very good draft class. Kenny Pickett, I followed his career. He was a backup. He's from Jersey, and he went, I don't know where he went to Pittsburgh, Penn State, Pittsburgh. He played in Pittsburgh. He was a backup there in Pittsburgh, and when the whole COVID thing happened, I don't know much about what happened, but he was always a backup. He played bad. He was never good. He wasn't even the second string quarterback.
Damn.
But when he got eligibility to come back to his 4 years, he said he turned 24, I believe. I'm not sure. I think he's 20. He's 23, I believe. No, 22. And he's turning 23 in another month or so. I'm not sure.
So what, did he stay in college long? Like,
he stayed in college long. He wasn't so quick to jump out of jump to the NFL. So he wanted to come back and prove himself. So he came back. He did this last year, his 4th year. He came back and he just balled out of control. He just balled out of control. I think it was 45 touchdowns, passes, and 7 interceptions. That was his record. And he finished 3rd in the Heisman Trophy race.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's the
he played
that's the key. Sometimes you do need a little bit more experience at that college level so you can come into the NFL a little bit, more ready to go. That experience is key.
Yeah, so he just balled out of control, and that was the story of it. He finished 3rd in the Heisman Trophy race, and he didn't win it, but he proved something in his final year in college. So the interesting part is he played in Pittsburgh, and there's been a storyline with them saying that Dan Marino Dan Marino played for Pittsburgh, and you see how that turned out. The Dolphins, Pittsburgh didn't get a chance to draft him, and he went on to took the Dolphins to a 16-0 win, 16-0 start to win the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And now people compare him to Dan Marino because he broken Dan Marino's records. And I think Pittsburgh, I'm just hoping that they didn't draft Kenny Pickett because he played for Pittsburgh, because that's an emotional thing, and that's something I'm hoping that Pittsburgh didn't do. I'm not saying he's going to be bad, but he's not going to be like a Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to be a Tom Brady. He's just going to be a quarterback for us to win. He ain't going to be a Big Ben Roethlisberger, but he's going to be something. And maybe I can be wrong. He can be 10 times better than Big Ben. Who knows? He can be better than Tom Brady. Who knows?
You never know, because that was something else I was saying, and I was talking to you about it last week, was, sometimes when guys come over to the pros, they have some guys adapt better,
Yeah.
Like the guys you would least expect. They just, and it also has to do with the team that they join, and, whatever kind of role they have with that team.
Yeah.
So, like, one quarterback might do great in one setting, go somewhere else, and can't produce the same thing. But it depends on the quarterback. Some are good at a certain setting. Some can do well anywhere.
Because Kenny Pickett was the most NFL-ready quarterback. That's why Pittsburgh drafted him. And you see, we wanted Malik Willis is the best. Okay, so Malik Willis is the best athlete. He was the best athlete in the draft. He had a higher ceiling than Kenny Pickett. People went off his speed and his arm talent, and if we would have drafted Kenny Pickett, we probably would have had set Malik Willis for like a season, and we probably would have let Mitch Trubisky start for the whole season, because Malik Willis needed time to develop, and us, we don't have time for that. So we went on here with Kenny Pickett because Kenny Pickett is the most pro-ready, and I believe he's going to win us a lot of games. That's just my belief. I think he's not, again, we don't know how he's going to play. We don't know how this season is going to start. All I know is there will be a competition, because Mike Tomlin said there will be a competition between him, between Mitch Trubisky, and between Mason Rudolph. But Mason Rudolph nobody cares. He's not even relevant. So it's going to be between Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett, and I think Kenny Pickett going to win the job, because we're a classy organization. He's coming into a good situation in Pittsburgh. He knows the state. He went to college there, so we see what happens. But it doesn't stop there. We draft a wide receiver in the second round. His name is George Pickens. And he fell to us. He was a first round draft. He was in the first round draft, but he fall down to the second round because he had an ACL tear, I believe. And
we were talking about that.
And he fell to the second round. He was supposed to be a first round talent, but he fell to the second round because of that and his attitude. So I heard he's a bit of a hothead, like to start fights with people. But Pittsburgh, we take a chance on people like that. Like, look at Antonio Brown. We didn't know Antonio Brown was a diva until he started showing how diva he was.
Pretty much.
So
he gave us some good years, but it ended terrible.
Yeah.
But
so this dude, Kenny George Pickens, I looked at his highlights, and I seen him in college. I really didn't pay much of attention because he wasn't a big-name receiver coming out of college. But he got speed. He's tall. He can take the top off the defense. and we see what happens. And I'm kind of, Pittsburgh, we draft receivers. We don't, we really don't commit to somebody unless we really commit to them, like similar to Mike Wallace. So Deontay Johnson went out. He don't want out. He won a big contract because the first receiver bank was Devontae Adams when he got traded to the Raiders. They gave him a $150 million contract. I think, I'm not sure, but I know the contract was really high and it was big.
$50 million. Jeez.
Yeah, 100, because that's quarterback money. Why is a receiver getting quarterback money?
Yeah, that's insane. For how many years did they? You know how many years?
I think 5 years, 140 million. I'm not sure. I think Brandon was on because he's a Las Vegas Raiders fan, so he should know the details of the contract. But I know it's between 140, 130. I think 140. That's how much the Raiders paid him.
Where's Brandon?
So that right there affect. Yeah, I don't know if he's home or not. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him today.
I'm gonna send a message.
But
real quick. Yeah.
That's my lady team. There's a whole controversy that he wanted to leave. He wanted another contract, so I believe he's on a way of getting paid. And Deontay Johnson, our guy, our receiver, he wants to get paid now. But you see, the thing is, he's not really as productive like Devontae Adams or any other top star receiver. He wants this big money. So now Pittsburgh, like, we don't pay receivers. It depends on their performance. Antonio, like Mike, I don't know if you remember Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace wanted a big contract, and Pittsburgh wasn't going to pay him that. So that's when Antonio Brown emerged as better than Mike Wallace, and we just gave that money to Antonio Brown, and we let Mike Wallace walk. So I believe George Pickens will be our guy. And as for Chase Claypool, I don't know, because we did draft a receiver in the 4th round. His name is Calvin Austin the third, I believe that's his name. We draft him in the 4th round. So because we don't really know how Chase Claypool going to turn. You see, that whole rookie season a year ago was a one-hit wonder. He haven't performed like that for us last season, so we don't know what's going to happen overall. And we drafted defensive tackle in the 5th round. I forgot his name. He fell to the 4th round because some issues he had, and we drafted another. I forgot. You see, I just pay attention to the 1st and 2nd rounds, to be honest with you. Those are the 2 rounds I really pay attention to, but I've seen those other rounds and wasn't really paying much attention because I was just seeing
that's all.
What Pittsburgh. But the interesting part about the 7th round pick, we draft the quarterback in the 7th round.
Yeah,
I don't know too much about. Yeah, I don't know too much about this guy.
I don't even know why we bothered with that. I mean, at this point, I think. I think I was asking you. And I don't see it on here anywhere. It doesn't look like we drafted a center, which is something that
we didn't.
We
No,
definitely need it.
but we did get a center from free agency. His name was Mason Cole. He played for the Vikings. He played well for the Vikings. He
Okay.
played well for the Vikings, and we picked him up. Now I'm gonna get more into our free agency. So we let what's his name go? We let the guy we got from the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. I forgot his name. We let him go. We let the right tackle Zach. I forgot that dude's name. You see, these are not even big name players, but we let both of them go. But we did sign a stud milker into Miles Jack. He played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I saw this dude's tape, man, and I tell you, man, that dude he's a beast. And we only got him for $8 million for 2 seasons. I don't know how the hell they was able to pull that off, because the Jacksonville Jaguars him because they signed some no-name receiver to a $72 million contract, so they ain't had enough cap space. So yeah. So they released Miles Jack, and we just got him for $8 million for 2 years. That's good. And then we got from another cornerback. His name is I forgot his name. Wallace. We signed him because he played well for the Buffalo Bills, and we brought back a Keller Witherspoon for $2 million. These guys, we paid these guys $8 million for two seasons. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. $8 million for 2 seasons. And then it doesn't stop there. We didn't draft. We got another guy. We got another guy from the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a right guard. He's a stud. So our offensive line is kind of decent right now, but I don't know why the hell they haven't really fixed the offensive line like that when Big Ben was there. But that doesn't even matter. That's the past.
Yeah, but these new guys are definitely gonna need it for sure. So
yeah, our defense. I'm gonna tell you now, our defense is going to be good. Leading T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward definitely going to lead the charge. But we just got to see what's going to happen on offense. We're going to see what these receivers can do. But most importantly, we need to see what Pickett's going to do.
Losing
Juju, the guy.
Losing Juju is kind of tough. I thought Juju was really gonna. I thought he was heading somewhere good. I thought he was gonna do something good for us, man. But hey. So let me ask you this. What team do you think won the draft? Who made out the best?
The New York Giants.
The Giants?
The Giants. The New York Giants, they won the whole draft because they drafted, I forgot. I was more concerned about our draft than others' draft, but I know the New York Giants draft this stud, this beast, linebacker, and they draft this right tackle named Evan something. I forgot his name. These are one of the best players in the draft. They went first overall pick. They both was top picks in the draft, and the Giants had 2 draft picks, and they got both of those. They made 2 back-to-back good draft picks. So the Giants won the whole draft, in my opinion. Because I've seen these guys' games, and they are beasts. They're like tank. We win. Even if we don't make the playoffs, we don't tank.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you ain't gonna see us at the bottom of the league. Have we even been at the bottom of the league? Like, when was the last time we was actually at the bottom of the league?
The last time we had a losing season when Coach Cowher was the head coach. That was back in 2003. We went 6-10, I believe.
Yeah, because Ben never had a losing season.
6-10.
Yeah.
When Mike Tomlin came. When Mike Tomlin came on board. When Big Ben came on board, we started winning. We went 13-3 that 2004 season, and he had that. And then we won the Super Bowl in that 2005 season. And Big Ben had that motorcycle incident. That's what really derailed his career.
Yeah.
You really look at it because he wasn't in shape, and then he was always injured. And you know, the injury bug was coming at him because he was 38 years old, going on 39. No, 39 going on 40. I mean.
I tell you what, it was so many seasons there where we get to the playoffs and everything is looking great, like we got a chance to win the whole thing, and then the injury bug just hit. Ben and a couple other decent, like oh man, my boy, what was his name? Troy.
Troy Polamalu? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo, he's one of my favorite players of all times, man. That
Oh
dude
yeah. Greatest stealer of all time. I agree. I got a Troy. So I got a Troy Polamalu jersey, a Big Ben jersey. I got a Le'Veon Bell. I got an Antonio Brown jersey. I recently bought a Najee Harris jersey.
Oh, nice.
And
yo, man, he had a good season, man. Yo.
Yeah. And Najee Harris. Let's talk about Najee Harris. Yeah. I think you see people criticize us for drafting a running back in the first round last year, but I think we made the best decision.
Definitely.
You know, we a blue collar powerhouse. Like we known for running the ball. We like to run the ball and play defense. That's the whole Pittsburgh theme. Play defense, run the ball.
Still curtain.
Still curtain. Yeah. Play defense, run the ball.
I gotta tell y'all something. I don't know if I've said this before. I think I've probably told y'all before, but I have a Steelers jacket from when I was 2 years old, and for every time I had a child that was born, even my stepson, I had them wear that jacket when they were younger. Ew, man. To this day, I still got that jacket, man. Ew.
Wow. Damn.
Been a Steelers fan since then, man. All the way.
Yeah, I've been a Steelers fan since I was 7 years old, man. Yeah, 7 years old. 30 now.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not one of those. I watch my pops. You know, he's a Cowboys fan, and I sat there one day watching the game, and I just like the Steelers dominated the Cowboys, and right then and there, I said I like the Pittsburgh Steelers because he was like he wanted like. He was getting like I got hooked on football when I was 7 years old. So that was my first time watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play, and they dominated the Cowboys. Like that, I'm like, wow. And ever since then, I said that's my team because my father was the Pittsburgh. He was a Cowboys fan. I'm like, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, ever
the
since
team who dominated.
Just because of that jacket alone, I was just a Steelers fan, and then watching the games when I got older and just loving it, man. But I was always more of a basketball fan. So,
oh yeah,
you know, in like '87 is when I became a Bulls fan, years before they won a championship. So I enjoyed the '90s, thoroughly enjoyed the '90s, man. It's been rough ever since.
Yeah, you know, there's a saying I heard a couple of years ago. They said the 90s NBA era was a group of just men, but today's NBA era is just boys.
Yeah,
it is a difference. Like the bad boy Pistons, Michael Jordan, the list goes on. Magic Johnson, the list goes on.
Every team back in those days had, you know, 1 to at least 2 elite players, like guys that was just balling out of their mind. And some of these teams had some good role players, just guys that knew what their role was. We just need you to come out and do this. The Bulls always got that cast around them. You know, you had Michael Jordan, of course, and you had Pippen, who was there to help offense.
And Rodman came from Detroit, I think. He came from Detroit.
Now before he came to the Bulls, he was on the Spurs. So
okay.
Yeah, because he went from Detroit to the Spurs and then to Chicago.
Okay. And, you had Hopper. You had Carr. Who else? You had a bunch of those guys. I don't remember, man. I was a little stud, so I don't remember.
The first 3 championships was Jordan, Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson. I mean, I could name the whole team, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But it was that was like the core right there, and you had some other like good players out there. The second three-peat, you had Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. Cartwright was gone by then, I believe. Yeah, Cartwright was gone because then we had the three-headed monster. Those three centers that wasn't very good, but we keep on switching them out just to play defense, you know?
Yeah.
Who else did we have? Tony Kukoc. Steve Kerr hitting them threes, man. You know.
Yes, yeah, that was the yes. Yeah. When I played 2K, I used to get the '90s Bulls. That's all I used. I know Steve Kerr can shoot the three. I used to abuse that 3
Hell yeah.
point shot. Yeah.
I think I might be wrong, but I think all time he has the best 3-point shooting percentage. I might be wrong, but I think he does.
Yeah. But there's one thing when Michael Jordan left to go play baseball.
Yeah.
And there's a saying, I don't know if you probably would believe it. Akeem Olajuwon, the Rockets, they won that championship when Michael Jordan was out of the league. And people said if Michael Jordan was there, y'all would have had 7 championships. What you think? You think if Michael Jordan would have been there, you think he would have beat Akeem Olajuwon? The Rockets would have never won that championship?
Well, the Rockets
what
won.
You think?
The Rockets won 2 years in a row, right? They won back.
Yeah, like.
So.
Yes.
I think the Bulls definitely would have beat them. With Jordan still
Right.
there and all that. I think they were just way more talented. Not taking anything away from Olajuwon and Robert Horry, Sam Cassell, all them dudes that he had. I don't think he had enough firepower to deal with what the Bulls had on offense and defense. I think it would have been a great series, but I think the Bulls would have definitely won 8 in a row.
Yeah, 8 in a row. Okay, yeah, because dude, that was back in the '90s. I was a little stud then. I thought they won it once. I didn't know they did a repeat. But yeah, Michael Jordan probably he would have just destroyed Akeem Olajuwon. They would have won the 8. Yeah, the Bulls would have had 8 championships already.
Hell yeah. That would have been 8, and man, it was sad to see them go out the way they did, man. I mean, they tried, but they were just undersized. Milwaukee with Giannis over there, you can't stop that dude, especially with a small team.
He's gonna. I think he's going to repeat, and I think it's going to be the repeat of the Suns and the Milwaukee again, in my opinion.
Well, I made my pick, and so that's who you're taking. Me personally, I think Golden State and Miami are gonna go to the finals and battle it out. I think
maybe
Miami,
so, but
yeah,
Chris Paul, man, is just on another level right now, man.
He is, but it's gonna be hard to beat those Warriors in a 7-game series when you have Clay, Curry, and Poole. Just those 3 balling the way that they are, and then you add in Wiggins. And you add in Draymond's defense and their team defense, yo, man, it's tough. It's gonna be tough to beat them.
Yeah, my Lakers not in it, so I don't care who win the championship. But if I want to see somebody win it, I really want Chris Paul to win it. He deserves it. Like,
I can agree with that.
He deserved to win.
That's the only reason why they're not putting him on like the top of the top list for point guards of all time, because he hasn't won a championship.
Yeah, until he win a championship. But he took struggling basketball teams and went to the playoffs, man. Like, who can you say? You can say, anybody, like, you can't say Westbrook can do that. Mm-hmm. Westbrook can't do that. Who else? A lot of players can't do. Like, he's up there. I believe, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Chris Paul is up there with, look, as far as getting the team to the playoffs, he's up there with LeBron James as far as getting a team. I'm not saying winning a championship, but as far as getting the team to the playoffs.
Well,
he's up there amongst those players to get the team to the playoffs.
As far as team leader, Chris Paul is way above Russell. Like, I mean,
exactly. Yeah, he's way above.
Man, Westbrook, he goes out there and he gets his stats, but he is not making his teammates. Yeah, he ain't making his teammates better in any kind of way. He's going there to get them stats. and him and LeBron clash because both of them are trying to do the same thing. They're both trying to basically take control of the ball. They both want to be the one to get the assists. They both want to be the one to get the rebounds, and they both want to be the ones to score. So how does that work? LeBron is not.
It don't work.
Yeah, LeBron is not gonna do well with another point guard that needs to have that ball in his hand all the time. He's just not.
Yeah. LeBron, I feel like, man, that yes, they didn't really care about the season. LeBron just cared about the passing. Goddamn, he wanted just to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was more concerned about the stats than concerned about winning. I just think now he's 36, 37 now, I believe.
Yeah.
He just don't care about winning. He don't care about championships no more. So I don't know what he's going to do, and he probably don't stay with my Lakers. So I don't know what he's going to do. And I know Westbrook, I think he's done. He's out. It's talk about trading him with Anthony Davis. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
And looking at the Pelicans and how Brandon Ingram improved,
Thanks,
and
Heckler.
they literally made it to the playoffs with Brandon Ingram without Zion. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, my thing with LeBron is I wanted to play with Curry, and Curry's like,
yeah, that's true.
I'm good.
He wanted Curry to come to L.A.
Yeah.
The other way around. He wanted Curry to come to L.A., but Curry just signed that new deal. So if he goes to the Golden State Warriors, people cannot say he's up there with Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan is like, you look at Michael Jordan and say, I want to go play with Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. Michael Jordan didn't do that.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan formed his own team.
Yeah, exactly.
And they drafted Scottie Pippen, and then Dennis Rodman came on the scene, but Michael Jordan carried that whole team by himself.
Exactly. You know how tough it is to win with a personality like Rodman? You know?
Yeah.
But Rodman, he was all work and hustle when it came to them games, though. He got in trouble a lot, but he was staying on the defensive end. That's what happens when you get somebody that just constantly that he's all about defense and hustle. Yeah,
because Jordan is offense, Pippen is offense, so he don't have to worry about it. He can just focus on his defense.
Yeah. That's what made them so dangerous, because you got the offense they had, that second three-peat. The offense and the defense they had, because Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman was like three of the best defenders in the NBA at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Pippen and Jordan's offense. You got Kukoc with his offense, and he played pretty decent defense. You got Harper with great defense also. And he was decent offensively, but since he had his injuries, by the time he got to the Bulls, he couldn't do the level that he was doing. I think he was on the Clippers at one point. He couldn't play like that.
Yeah.
Who else, man? They just had a squad, man. Like I said,
that's what I say. Basketball was so fun to watch, man. But now it's not. I wouldn't say it's not. I wouldn't say it's not fun, but it's just like that whole '90s era. Even though I was a little stud, but watching my pops and my uncles watch, just sitting there watching them watch the games. It was one of the best eras in NBA history, and it's just today's era. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like I just don't know, because again, those are men back in the day. They're just boys and whining, complaining. Like they didn't whine and complain.
Well,
like back then.
It's like that with a lot of sports nowadays. I mean, you look at even the changes in football and everything, but actually, I think we talked a lot about sports. I think we went on pretty good for that one. I want to switch the subject, get into some gaming. I want to hear your thoughts on some gaming. Like, what games are you looking forward to? What's the thing for you now? What games are you into?
So, the games I like, I like story-based driven games. I like those story games. Multiplayer is like when I'm chilled and like we all sitting in a party together. But when I'm not in a party, I like the story-based driven games. It's just like I like sitting there just playing the story-based driven games. I like story-based driven games. Like the game that's coming out is called the Quarry. The Quarry. I don't know if you heard of it. Like before, it's like Until Dawn.
I've heard y'all talk about it, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's like if you played Until Dawn before, it's like that. But you got some big name actors that's in the game, like David Arquette. It's somebody, I forgot that woman's name. There's a lot of, until you actually see the faces, see the actors, you know who I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
that's coming out, and I know Bunz, he already pre-ordered the game. And that game come out next month. So Heckler, if you already pre-ordered it, if you're still in the chat, let us know you pre-ordered it. Or come to the podcast, man, if you're still there.
Yeah, he's spending time with the lady, I think he said.
Oh,
so I'm not sure if he's still not sure if he's still watching. But yeah, I've been hearing y'all talk about that, so I got to look that up. The Quarry.
Yeah, the Quarry. It's kind of. Have you played Until Dawn? Have you played Until Dawn before?
Nah, heard of that too, but I never played it.
Yeah, and also, that's the story-based driven games. I like story. That's my main tackle. Well, I like to just like when I'm not in a party, I just like to even when I'm in the party, I just mute my mic and just play this story-based driven game. Like, and there's another game, a multiplayer game, Evil Dead. You know that's supposed to be coming out this month.
Yeah, so I was talking about that too, the Evil Dead, and I'm not completely 100%. Okay, Heckler said he's gonna get it. Talking about the Quarry.
Oh, the Quarry? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the Evil Dead, I'm not 100% sold on it just yet. I think after this, I'm gonna take a look at some more gameplay so I can make up my mind. And because it comes out on Friday, the 13th, as a matter of fact.
Oh, damn! Yeah, you're right. It did come out on Friday. Damn, I forgot. I didn't pre-order it because I wasn't. Because you see, y'all. I think that game is right up y'all alleyway because y'all like World War Z. So people said it's kind of like it looks like World War Z. It just a more of a celebrity kind of World War Z. But I wouldn't even say a celebrity. They made a movie about World War Z. And also, with the biggest game I want is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's something I'm thinking about too. So what do you know about it so far? This is what I know. It's 3 killers against 4 survivors. And as far as I know, you can't actually hurt the killers. But I think you might be able to stun them for a quick second to get away. Like do something that gets their attention. I don't know. But you can't really kill them.
So it's a stealthy game.
Yeah.
You got to survive. You have to get out and survive. It's not like Friday. You can beat up on his ass and then kill him. No, they really want Leatherface to be scary. They want him to be overpowered, and they don't want him to die. Yeah. They want, because the whole Friday they have to see everybody, the crew beating up on Jason the way they've been beating up on Jason. They don't want to repeat. So they want this Texas Chainsaw Massacre game to be as scary. They want the Leatherface to be as powerful and he can kill you just like that. And the other two, I thought you probably can kill them, but
I don't think so. But I gotta look more into that. But
that's a survival. So that right there, you have to get out of that. You have to get out of there. You can't kill Leatherface. You really got to survive. The whole game now is about surviving Leatherface, getting out of there.
The good thing is he doesn't have like a sensibility where he just he knows you're here or whatever. Like so they have to actually find you, which is the game is so stealthy. So you have to actually be quiet while, like, if he comes around or the other killers comes around. I don't know how it's gonna work with the other killers, but I know how it's gonna work with Leatherface. You got to be stealthy. Yeah.
But
I can't wait to see some more stuff on that.
That's really the main game. I'm looking forward to getting. As far as Madden goes, man, EA. I don't know. You see, I get Madden every year, but I'm just starting to grow really tired of them because they don't fix the game. They release it. It's the same old bullshit, same old gameplay. They just repackage and put out there, repackage and put out there. It's the same gameplay, the same character models, and they don't give everybody their likeness. It's just like, I don't know if I'm getting Madden 20. I can't say I'm not going to get it. I don't know. But I'm more interested in getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, in 2K, I'll probably get 2K too. I'm not sure. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the big one I want to really get.
Yeah, definitely.
That I'm looking
forward to those. There's a game I looked up, and I think it came out earlier this week called Trek to Yomi. And it's like a samurai game. So like you said, you're into games that are like story-based and things like that. Yeah. And I am too. So like I love playing these games with the crew. But when I'm playing like solo, I like to play stuff like that. I just don't get the opportunity to. Like some of my favorite games are like Uncharted 1 through 4.
Oh yeah, I love Uncharted. Yeah,
loved all of those. And The Last of Us Part 1. I never played Part 2. Didn't get a chance to get it.
Yeah, Part 2, man. If you do get a chance to play it, man, good luck. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's a bit woke, and I try to play. You know, the whole point of us playing video games is just to get away from, just get away from all that reality crap and just have fun and play video games. You know, chill and just play video games. All that woke stuff. I'm not gonna talk about the woke stuff, but yeah. I just couldn't get it because I don't want to spoil it. If you don't know much about 2, I don't want to spoil it.
Well, I know somewhat, and I know enough to say that, okay, they're going in a direction where I'm not really interested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Especially, when I found out that Joel died or whatever, I'm like,
That was it for me. How the way he was killed, I'm not too fond. Like, the whole story, it went into a new direction. It didn't make any sense. So I'm just like, whatever, I'm not getting it. And if it just so happened to, they make it free, if PlayStation makes the game free, hey, I'll probably just look at it. But I'm not going to buy it. I'll probably look at it. If it's free, I'll probably look at it. But I'm not going to buy it.
Well, definitely. Any free game, I'm definitely going to try to get. As a matter of fact, I haven't even looked at the free games for this month. So
I know FIFA is one of them, and Miss Four wanted us. She wanted us to all download FIFA, but I'm not too sold on soccer games. And Julia, and she's Salvadorian. Julia, they love soccer. Their whole family's about soccer. They got all the I don't know how many soccer jerseys she got. I'm not really into that soccer. I'm more into our sport, the football, actual football. Even though football belongs to them, but football is American football to us.
Yeah.
So, Miss Four wanted us to get FIFA. The only person I know in the soccer field is Christian Alfonso. I think that's his name. Christian Aldo something. I forgot his name. But I'm not really too fond on it. But that'll give us something else to all of us to play. But we're not sure if it's gonna be crossplay until we actually try it. So.
Well, the thing about that. With sports games, so with sports in general, the only sports I'm into is football, basketball, boxing, and MMA.
Exactly.
And some kickboxing here and there. That's pretty much the length of it. I don't watch other sports. But for games, now I have played baseball games in the past. I have played golf games in the past, and one of them old school hockey games. But I've never played a soccer game. Just wasn't interested. But I tell you what.
Yeah, me either.
I give soccer players a lot of props, man. That sport, to run up and down that field like that nonstop for what? I don't know how long it is. Is it 2 hours almost or something like that? It's over an hour.
To be honest, man, I don't even watch soccer. I don't know, to be honest with you.
I watched some of it one time and I was like, yo, to run up and down like that for so long. Yo. Props to
Yeah,
him, man.
I give him credit for that. Yeah, but you know, that's not my kind of sport. I want to sit and watch. Like playing with the like if my girls want to grow up and be soccer players, I somewhat would try to play. I can't say I want to teach them because I don't.
Mm,
I just soccer's not my.
yeah.
So
My
yeah, so I
younger
don't.
my youngest son actually got into soccer, which was a surprise to me because all I ever ball player almost.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking he's gonna be into basketball like I was, but nope, he's into soccer. I'm like, okay, hey, do your thing. I can't teach you nothing about it, but I support you.
exactly. Yeah, he probably big on soccer now, but he probably switched to basketball later. You know, you got football players that they big on football, then they switch to basketball. You got basketball players big on basketball, and they switch to football. Like
Hmm.
it just go. It depends. They're still young. It ain't too late. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is a question. Since this is your first time on the podcast, I asked this question to Amanda and Heckler, so I'm gonna give it to you too. We did this a couple of weeks ago, and it's a tough one because I'm only giving you three. Your
okay.
your favorite three games of all times.
My favorite three games of all time. Okay, GTA San Andreas is one of them.
Hmm.
Uh, WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is the second one of them. I'm not sure if you played that game before. And
Yeah, I remember that one.
my third one, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts.
Hearts.
Wow.
That's my third favorite game. Miss Four gave me hell, and Julia gave me hell. I'm playing a kids game. I can care less.
I
That's
never
my
played that.
favorite childhood game. Yeah. It came out in 2002, the first one. The second one came out in 2005, and the third one, there was so many delays because I heard one of the actors passed away, and then some
Mm.
people who, so the third one came out in 2018, 2017, 2018.
Mm.
So, like, you can't call me childish. Like, it's not my fault they delayed the game because that game was supposed to come out in 2007. And they just delayed it. So it came out in 2018. I'm like, what the hell? I might as well play it. And then speaking of Kingdom Hearts,
Mm.
I seen the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and I'm excited about that. And yes, I will be playing that, even though I'm 30, but I don't care. I will be
Hey,
playing it, and my daughters, including my youngest one, will like it. So
yeah. Shoot, it don't matter. Some of them games hit you. Like, I've always been a Final Fantasy fan. I have loved the Final Fantasy games from 1 up into, up into, mm, up into 10. All of those were great.
yeah,
Uh,
it,
part 11, well, 10 part 2 was okay. Story-wise, it was okay. It was eh. Part 11, I
I'm
think that was like an online game, so I didn't get any of the online ones. Wasn't into that. Part
I'm
12 was the
not too
last good one.
yeah. I'm not too big on the Final Fantasy franchise, but you know, after it being introduced to, because you know they had Final Fantasy characters in the Kingdom Hearts games, and
Yeah,
the characters that stood out to me was Cloud and Sephiroth. So
yeah,
I like yeah, I came to know about those two from Kingdom
hmm,
Hearts, and it made me
yeah,
want to look in deeper. So I seen uh one of the Final Fantasy movies, and I played a game a
hmm,
couple of years ago on PSP,
hmm,
and that's probably the Final Fantasy game, and then, you know, they remade a Final Fantasy game, and they also released one on PS5
yeah, yeah.
too
The
as well.
one,
The remake, yeah,
the one they remade was part 7. So the remake
that's the
of
one with
part,
Cloud,
yeah,
with Cloud and
mhm,
Sephiroth. Yeah,
the remake of part 7. I'm not saying it was bad, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. The
yeah,
original,
yeah.
yeah. If you ever get a chance to play the original, man, you would love it. To me, that's the best Final Fantasy game. That's the best role-playing game, role RPG of all time to me. That game was just amazing. You got the story, you got the action, you got the comedy, you got everything involved. The characters, they really dig deep into it, and then the whole open world aspect. After a certain point where you can honestly, you can fly the plane, you can go, you can drive the car, you can go anywhere you want to go. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that was so. Final Fantasy VII was also one of my top three favorite games of all times. Now Amanda also said GTA San Andreas was one of her top three, and I would put that in my top three. It's just so many other games, man. But that is definitely, as far as GTA games go, that's my favorite one.
Oh.
Man, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for the podcast. Unless you got some other stuff to add on. I know you got to get into your own thing in a few.
Yeah, my family out there. Yeah, we had a family cookout, and then we supposed to have a family dinner. Mother's Day tomorrow, so I gotta take the moms out, and she gotta take her mother out. So we all both families gonna come together.
Nice.
And we gonna go out. So we just did a cookout because it was nice and warm today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you hear the noise in the background.
Nah, can't hear it.
Oh,
Can't hear
good.
it.
That's a good sign then. Yeah. And your children driving me crazy. The little one driving me crazy. Niece driving me crazy.
Oh hell yeah, they doing their
Yeah.
job. They doing their job.
Yeah, man. She's turning 4. She's turning 5. She's growing fast, man. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
But these are some of the best years for them, man. You know, these are some of the years that you definitely got to cherish, because once they get to, I mean, it's different for all of them, especially the girls. But for my oldest girl, I think once she got to about 12 or 13, that's when things started to change. So
Yeah.
definitely enjoy these times, man. Because soon they're
Exactly.
gonna be like, man, shoot, we ain't trying to hang out with you, you know. You too, you know.
Yeah, and then the little one, Toya drive me, 'cause she get older and get a little younger, driving me crazy, running up and down. Crazy, yeah. But anyway, man, I'm enjoying it while I can. Just like this, I can't believe this year's almost like we in May, man. That's the crazy part, man.
It's
But man,
a blessing.
I know we about to end the podcast, man. But don't you know the rapper Joel from Death Row?
Who?
I know the podcast is coming to an end. Don't you know Joel, the rapper from Death Row, female rapper?
Doesn't ring a bell. No. What about her?
She passed away. You probably got to see her face, like Lady of Rage.
Oh.
Joelle, you probably the '90s Death Row. You probably got to see her face. Well, she just passed away. DJ Quick just announced it, and then there's a YouTuber named Kevin Samuel. I don't know if you know who he is. He's a relationship group. You heard about it?
See, I did want to get into all that too. I was hoping that everybody else would have joined so we could all put our opinions in on it. And I know you'd got like limited time, but I did want to get into all that. But yeah, so real quick, let's go into the what's his name again? Sam, the YouTube guy. What's his name again?
Kevin Samuel. He was a relationship guru.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel. So the part I want to get into about that is, once we hear the rumors about he passed, and I didn't believe it for a while at first, but just the fact that so many females were out there celebrating his death.
It's disgusting, man. And I would go out the record, but I'm not gonna say anything, because I would say it's one particular group of women, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's disgusting. It's disgusting, man. It's really disgusting. Like, the man had an opinion, and I agree. Julia had mixed feelings about him, but he was telling the truth. People can have their opinions, man, but I like Kevin Samuel. He was telling the truth. I like him.
Yeah.
And people just, his death show how cruel people can be. After death, people then, like, you hate somebody, you don't like somebody, you celebrate it. It's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's evil, and You get no praises from me after that. That's disgusting, man.
Exactly.
That's why, I pick and
Exactly.
choose. Like, see, certain people I had come around me in my family, I just don't. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
like
crazy, man.
it's not like he was responsible for killing anybody. He wasn't doing malicious stuff to people. Yeah, his approach to things was kind of foul.
Hmm.
Uh, he spoke his truth and what he believed. If you believe what he believed, that's good. If you don't, that's another story. But to celebrate his death, and I saw one person on a post compare him to like basically Hitler and Bin Laden and stuff like that. I'm like, how do you compare? I don't understand that. You know?
I just don't get it, man. It lets you know how mental illness, man, is running rampant, and
Yeah,
you must be really mentally ill to want to celebrate someone's death.
yeah,
It's crazy, man. It's sad and it's crazy because at first when I heard it, I thought it was just a death hoax because
hmm
he's not the first one. And I said to myself, he ain't the first and he ain't the last. He all right. He's going to make a video or a post. And then
hmm
I seen all these streams. I'm like, these
yeah,
people are really taking it like he's dead for real. He's not dead. And then
hmm
his closest friends started coming out saying he passed. And then this lady, I forgot her name. I watched her stream closely because I
hmm
was at work. I watched
yeah,
her stream closely, and she was just saying the story that she had a bad feeling, something didn't feel right, and I'm like, maybe she was just, feeling that way.
hmm
I don't know how to describe her reaction,
yeah,
but when she muted her stream, she called all the hospitals in Atlanta, and they said they couldn't confirm or deny or confirm.
hmm
So they had to keep it under wraps until they finally got clarification that he died of cardiac arrest
yeah,
and he actually died. And I'm like, wow, man, that was,
yeah.
yeah.
So, so my final take on it is this: uh, whether you like the guy, you dislike him, you despise him, uh, it's not a good thing to celebrate his death because think of his family. Think of the people that actually loved him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The people that he really meant something to. His mother, if he has any children, I don't know his personal story like that. But he left behind people that are grieving now. So,
Yeah.
you know, celebrate a man's death like that, nah, not cool at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it also lets you know, people better, and, let go of the hate, let go of the anger, stop holding pity beats or grudges with people because his death proves that you never know. Don't take life for granted.
Hmm.
Enjoy life while you're here because you never know when your time comes. You're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah,
And it lets me know, I'm fortunate, be healthy, and with the
exactly.
family. Yeah.
Exactly. You got the family, you got the wife, you got the kids, and everybody.
Hmm.
Everybody's doing
Yeah.
well. And also, I want to say, Happy Mother's Day to your fam and everybody there.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's a blessing. You truly are blessed. Same to Heckler, if you're still watching out there somewhere. Happy Mother's Day to your fam. Uh, oh, again, happy birthday to Mystic Dani. Did you know it was her birthday today?
Oh, hey, yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, happy birthday, Danny, if you watching.
Yeah. So again, I put her link in the chat a while ago. I can't wait till they put this feature. I wonder if it's available now, but I don't know. There's supposed to be a feature coming to YouTube when you're getting ready to end your stream. You can send people directly to another stream. So when
Oh,
when that happens, that'll be pretty cool. I'll definitely take
yeah,
advantage of that.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna end it on that note, man. Enjoy your time with the family. Everybody out there that's watching or have watched or will watch at some point. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers, and blessings to your family, blessings to all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna end the stream on that note.
All right.
Uh,